Hi, everyone. For those of you that I don't know, my name is Dan Polshaw. I'm actually the monitoring director, and I just wanted to give you guys a couple kudos for actually meeting with us and offering to be recorded so that I can share this with our other directors. So without any further ado, I'll go ahead and hand it over to Richard, and I look forward to hear what you have to say.
Hi, my name is Richard Varner. Welcome to the Skills Transfer Training of the Advanced Training Solutions team. Just briefly, we're going to be talking about skills transfer, which is we're going to explain the what, the why, the how to your team about what we're training them. We're going to review that information. We're going to demonstrate it to your managers. We're going to practice with them. We're going to coach them. We're going to observe how they perform the new functions, and we're going to give them feedback. Next slide, Maria.
That sounds great. Thanks, Richard.
You're welcome. Okay. Here at ATS, we know that customer relations are at the heart of your business and that your call center is at the heart of your customer service. That's why we specialize in call center training and motivation. That's what we do. Next slide, Maria.
Nice.
Customer Magazine tells us that 68% of customer defections happen because those customers feel poorly treated. Not only that, but also Forbes magazine has reported that 76% of customers will stop doing business with you after just one bad experience. Next slide, please.
Hello, I'm Jessica Chister. I'll be talking about the problems that we have identified. Well, so far, we see that the managers have different levels of expertise. Some haven't had any refresher courses in a while, so we think that this will be a good time to just train everybody, keep them all on the same page. Another reason why we're going to be, one problem that we see would be the average handle time is increasing, and your average call resolution is decreasing. So we want to be able to address those. Next slide, please. Then we also have representatives needing guidance for after hour calls, which is outside our specialties, such as billing questions that they're going to receive. So we think that training would, with the managers, would help address these problems. Another logistics challenge that we're going to be facing with training would be having two different call centers. We have you have one in Dallas and one in Atlanta, so we have a logistics issue that we need to work with you and figure out which is the best solution for. You can move on to the next slide.
Hi, Dan. I'm Sheree Thornhill, one of the designers on the team. And hi, how's it going? And so, so from our understanding, you know, some of the goals of your company is to increase first call resolution and decrease handle time. And so from our end, we're going to do that by training your managers in direct feedback and skill transfers. So on this page, you can kind of see the images that you sent over to us. So thank you for sending those over. We're going to be leveraging these in the building of our trainings. And so we'll do that.
I think they went away. Yeah, I think they went away on the slide. Can I see those again?
Okay. So we're going back to the slide.
Oh, yeah, those are the two that I sent you.
Exactly. So we're going to be leveraging those in the building of our trainings. So we'll go on to the next slide. So here at Advanced Training Solutions, we always use proven instructional design models. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with graduate release, but that's what we'll be using to as a model to transfer the information over to your direct managers, or what the direct managers can use to transfer information over to their direct reports. So first they'll demonstrate, do a demonstration, and then they'll move on to a shared practice where they'll do some of the exercises along with their direct reports. Then their direct reports will do the training or exercises on their own with guided support from their managers, and then we'll turn it over. The managers will turn it over to their direct reports, and they'll do it on their own. So if we can move on to the next slide. So here's what we offer. So we offer 2 classes that's on-site location, and the overhead cost to your business will be $12,900. So this basically covers the cost your company would incur if you were to pull your managers away from doing their day-to-day jobs. And if you go down to the web-based version, which will be an interactive infographic training, the overhead cost of the business will be $1,650. So you can sort of compare and contrast both of those and really kind of figure out, what that impact will be to your business.
So I have a question about this. So, I mean, obviously probably in-person's better than web-based. But, my boss, right now the finance is really, really tight. So he's not going to approve me to do on-site. So if we were to do web-based, are we still able to do, the gradual release model that you were talking about? I mean, is there a way to still get that knowledge transferred to my managers, for the direct feedback model and for the skill? I mean.
Sure. I mean, there are different techniques that we can use. I think we can still create an effective web-based program that would really kind of bring about the results that are desired. So that's something we can still do.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to do the on-site, but I think moving forward we're probably just going to need to do web-based.
For sure. Totally understandable.
Okay.
Perfect. So I'll turn it over to Maria.
Hi, Dan. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing well. Hopefully this turns out to be well for all of us. This section is about the expected outcomes based on previous conversations we've had with you. And we're doing the IDEA tool, which was suggested by you. And the results will be measured through a 30, 60, and 90-day testing trial. So the first call resolution by 30 days should be at 1%, ideally, and up by, well, not up, I'm sorry. First call resolution should go down by 1% the first month. And the second month of 60 days, gradually it should be increasing. At the end of the whole testing, 90-day period, it should be up by 10%, and the handle time it decreased by 1 minute. So based on those numbers, I have Stan here who's going to give you more perspective on the evaluation process and see if the company is satisfied with the results. And we have also a chart so you can see visually what we're trying to explain to you. Stan?
All right. Thank you, Maria. Hi, Dan. My name's Stan, as Maria was saying, and I'm in charge of the evaluations here at Advanced Training Solutions. So I just wanted to high-level go over the options that we have for you. We believe in testing the course, not only, during the course, getting feedback from the representatives about the course and making sure that the knowledge is transferring, but we also believe in following up to measure the effectiveness of how the course is, 30, 60, 90 days out. So Maria touched briefly on the evaluation, which is our level 4 metrics, and thank you for supplying the IDEA tool, I believe is what it was called, in order to pull those metrics so that we can, make baselines and gauge how effective the training is. So we're going to be using the class survey and test questions post the web-based training that you chose to make sure that that knowledge is transferring, and that's what the test questions are for. And then also the classroom surveys just to get an understanding of, or it would be web-based in this case, an understanding of, did the reps like the training? Was the environment correct? Could they use the tool? Was it a nice pace for a class? Just some topical information about the actual course. We also are going to provide to you an observation form. The observation form is every task within the class that you, as the director, can observe from your area managers, and then the 2 area managers that you gave us, they can go and observe using this observation form that their managers are doing the skills and tasks that are within the training correctly. So, the information you sent over about direct model, direct feedback, and also the skills transfer model that Sharice talked about putting into the course, this observation form will just be a 1-page observation form that will help you, ensure that your managers and area managers can do that. So let's go ahead and move on and talk a little bit in detail about the level 4 metrics. Okay, so last time we spoke, or the information we received from Richard with his conversation with you, you talked about first call resolution and average handle time as 2 important metrics for your business that you need to either reach or exceed. So for first call resolution, your current base is 78%. As Maria spoke, she mentioned that we'll be increasing this by 1% within 30 days. Now you may be asking yourself, well, 1%, that doesn't really seem like a lot. But take into consideration too that during that first 30 days is when we will be training the representatives. So not everyone will be skilled up at the same time. And then also we need to ensure that we receive our level 1 and level 2 evaluations, which would be the knowledge questions and the survey. So 30%, we're kind of baselining this as the majority of the managers and their teams should increase first call resolution by 1% after completing the training. Within 60 days, they should increase it by 5%. Using the skills, the observation form that we'll supply to you if you provide coaching for it should get us to that 5% mark. The 10% mark at 90 days is your full and total goal. It should get you at 88%, and 90 days post-training, as long as we're using the observation form and all the representatives took the training, managers took the training, we should see those teams at 10%. So average handle time, currently you guys are at about 720 seconds for your average handle time. So post-training, we'd like to see within the first 30 days the average handle time decrease by 10%. Within 60 days, we'd like to see it at 30%, and 90 days would be 60-second depreciation. So 10 second, 30 second, 60 second for average handle time. So 90 days post-training, you should be at goal of 620, and that'll get you to that exceed mark that you were speaking. So Dan, do you have any questions for me? Okay, well, I'll go ahead and pass it off to the next speaker. Thank you.
Hi, Dan. It's Maria again. I'm here to conclude the presentation, and I wanted to clarify if you needed to have any questions answered.
I think I'm good. I mean, you have the materials. We're going to be doing a web base for it. I really like your evaluation plans. To me, it seems like a win-win. So now, I mean, we haven't really talked about how much you guys cost. And I mean, as long as you're reasonable, let's do this.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that along with the web-based training, we do have an infographic that will be interactive for the managers to train online, okay? So I just wanted to make sure that you knew that. Eventually, along with the infographic, we'll have set up a quote for you to look at, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, Dan. Have a great day.
All right, thanks everyone.